Here we are, 4 years we've been doing this, Restaurantology 2022. We had to get a larger space to accommodate all of the humans. More than 500 came into town, and it really was a hit this year.
There's really this black box in this industry where people don't want to talk about the specifics, the things that you need to know to really get from 2 to 20 units. And really that segment has so many different levels of growth and needs and understanding. For that reason, we put on Restaurantology so that we can share all of our tips and tricks to you so you have a better chance on that journey from 2 to 20.
We've got folks that have grown up in operations, others who are serial entrepreneurs, some who are culinarians first and not operators at all, and others who have been marketers for a good chunk of their career. And I think that diversity of perspective in an environment like this is great for exchanging ideas and for moving the business forward as a whole.
We heard from our founders, we heard from our operators. They wanted to get a little more surgical in the details. They wanted to know more about operations. They wanted to know how to raise funds to grow their business. They wanted to know when was the right time to grow their business. So we had all these different sessions, vendors, we had attorneys, we had investment bankers to really tell these restaurateurs, these operators, these founders, all the information that they wanted to know.
My favorite session was the unapologetic accountability. It felt exactly like what we needed to hear.
You want everybody to care as much as you do, but at the end of the day, they won't unless you show them that you do.
COVID was so difficult, and we were just happy to have anyone that wanted to work, and then the people that were working seemed kind of fragile. And so now I feel like we're in this space where we really have to lean in and come alongside people and expect the best from them and hold them accountable and celebrate wins and coach. And that was just a fantastic, fantastic session.
Nobody's flexing here. You know, you're sitting on stage and you're just sharing your honest opinion about something, the honest challenges that you go through. And you kind of drop your guards as an entrepreneur and you can be vulnerable. You say, look, we really suck at this. We're really good at that. Here's what we're gonna do. You know, you're just writing down everything that everybody's saying because you just relate to it so much.
There's no other conference that you can go to and have a 100% possibility that the person sitting in front of you, behind you, left to you, and right of you is an operator like you going through the exact same journey that you're going through.
It can be very easy to get myopic and to sort of focus on the hood ornament rather than like the road out in front of the car. And when you get together with other folks who are in the same space and pause long enough to let the dust settle, I think we can learn a lot from one another.
I talked to a handful of people. My brother was able to talk to a handful of people, other operators that are kind of in the same, bowl of soup that we're all floating in together, and everybody's trying to figure things out. So that's extremely helpful.
A new element that we added last year, we announced our intent to support a very young restaurant brand, maybe one location or maybe just a concept, with $1 million of support and services and cash to grow their business. And this year's winner, Cassie and Sandy of Saigon Hustle, are extraordinary entrepreneurs in their own right, but they've also developed a really interesting concept that we can really get behind.
Saigon Hustle's first location was very intentional. We took the 850 square foot little space that we have and we've turned it into an amazing business.
With this $1 million launch, this builds the foundation for all the stores that will come after this. So store 2 will be kind of the playbook of what we build together, and we think that we'll get to 50 locations really quickly.
The event has been super fantastic. I've just been writing down a lot of key points. I feel like my team is in for a rude awakening this next team building meeting next week. Just with so much I've learned here today, I can't wait to be back next year.
To have something like Restaurantology gives hope, right? Gives them access to resource. I think that's the best thing a small business owner can ask for.
So next year already we're planning for the 5th annual summit for Restaurantology. We're gonna have more operators come, we're gonna have more attendees, and we're gonna have content that is specific for that year. We're gonna go bigger next year because there's more people we want to help. We already have people wanting to reserve their seat, so make sure that when it's announced for pre-registration, you get a seat because it will refill very fast.